life is a party, my home is the club. I party like a rock star, dance until we drop. My life is a party, my home is the club. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI DEVVE DACAT update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Erica. Erica, hello. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Gotta love the great people of the Randy Chavez channel. They are the greatest people. And I know everyone says it. But oh God, that's way too many. Oh God, that's way too many. I don't need them. Oh God. I know everybody says it. But it's true. It's true. For the real Randy Chavez fans and subscribers and the members, they are the best members that YouTube can have. And we have what do we have? VeVe brings in big affiliates, the hugest affiliates that you could imagine, that you could want. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need, and it's here right in front of you. Then we have OMI DEVVE DEFX DACAT. Now, what is the real Randy Chavez talking about? He is talking about new rock stars. Now, new rock stars at first glance, like, okay. Almost 250,000 followers over on the X, and he's got, you know, on his pinned post, 168,000 impressions, which is great, but that's pinned. Then he's got VeVe, the magic of digital collecting. He just posted this about 8 hours ago, a whole workday ago, has 6,100 impressions. Not bad. Now, is this obviously this is something that we would want a little bit more of, but this is just on X. Now, obviously, when you have someone that's big on one platform, they're probably decently sized big on another platform. So let's take a look at his link tree, shall we? Let's go in his link tree. Let's open in Chrome. Yeah, and let's take a look at his TikTok. All right, his TikTok, 77,000 followers, which is great. I don't think I even have 1,000 followers on there, but that's what he has. Let's see. Spider-Man. Okay, yeah. So in the middle of his video, it's on YouTube, but in the middle of his video, he does have an ad for VeVe. We saw that on YouTube where this is interesting. So he is an affiliate. He's in the affiliate program. And what's interesting is that in the middle of his YouTube video, which I'll get to in a second, he's like, hey guys, are you running out of room with your physical collectibles? Why not try digital collecting? Once there was Star Wars, once there was this, he goes in and he shows the big stuff on there. It was in his Mayday, Spider-Man Mayday. So Sadie Sink, we're not 100% sure who she's going to be in Spider-Man, but she's also going to be in Secret Wars. We are still not 100% sure of the character, whether she's going to be Mayday. She's going to be another version of Mary Jane Watson. You have MJ, the original Kirsten Dunst. You have Michelle Jones Watson in the new one, Zendaya. That's a completely new character. She's MJ, but she's not even like she's not even like a variant of Mary Jane Watson. She's Michelle Jones. I've never heard of her. There might be a character called that in the comics like that I don't know about. But she Sadie Sink is like the redhead, right? She's like the redhead. So anyway, in the middle of that, and granted, this is something that I would usually skip if I were just a random YouTube viewer, which I view a lot. So let's say Nostalgia Critic. Nostalgia Critic is a fantastic YouTuber, and I watch a lot of his stuff. And sometimes he has like stamps.com, or he has like, you know, buy this food, subscribe to Meals on Wheels, like whatever it is. I used to donate to Meals on Wheels back in the day. Anyway, he'll go in and he'll talk about whatever in the middle of his videos. And I'm not gonna lie, I love him, but I skip that. I completely skip that ad. But sometimes when I'm driving, I have no choice but to listen to it. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff that he says like makes me want to try it. Have I done it yet? No, I have not. But some of the stuff that he says, it makes me want to try the ad, what's in the ad. Not necessarily stamps.com, but some of like the meals things, like you get these meals delivered to you and it sounds good. But I know that a lot of meals that are delivered to you are packed with a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. I don't really need that. I'm fat as fudge. But that being said, I have immense willpower and I don't need to do that. But sometimes people, they're very impressionable. And a lot of people need they need a few touches. They need, I think, an average of 6 touches you generally get 6 no's before you get a yes. Anyone that was born in the 30s and 40s, they kind of know this. They, how many people, if you ask your grandma, they're like, yeah, my, he, and a lot of them were really age gap relationships that were not really appropriate, but a lot of people were just like, yeah, he asked me out 6, 7 times. I eventually gave in and we fell in love. I've seen that on TikTok. I've seen it on YouTube more times than I care to count. That is a great photo. I love this game so much. Guys, if you're single, just get a YouTube channel and start talking, and that's all you need. Anyway, but some people are very impressionable, and they'll go in and they'll take a look at his. And again, let's go back to his link tree. Let's see his Facebook. I haven't checked his Facebook yet. 345,000 followers on Facebook. So this guy's got over 1 million followers among all socials. And so he's talking about Thunderbolts there, Hunter, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, again, he's talking about, I can't find the freaking, I can't find the actual ad. So he actually posted the ad over on his X, which I think I had told you about. Yeah, he's talking about VeVe Digital Collectibles over here, experience the magic of digital collecting. So the ad by itself only got 6,100 impressions. However, if you go and take a look at his YouTube, he's got over 4 million subscribers. He's apparently a very, very big deal over on YouTube. And in that video, Spider-Man Mayday, that got 127,000 views. Now, obviously, in this, you're probably having a couple of people that are going to skip, but a couple of people that are not. They're driving, they're doing whatever, and they might check us out. That being said, there is a before his video came out. These are the numbers that came out over the last day. So between since November, or I guess the information was collected on November 21st, but between the dates of November 11th and November 20th, so we got about 10 days in there, we had 185 people make their first purchase on VeVe. I repeat, 185 people make their first purchase on VeVe. Now, that is a big contrast to the 22 people that made their first purchase between November 4th and November 13th. So again, that's 22 people is not a lot. That was kind of a really broad spot outside the edge. That is the exception. That is not the rule, because before then, between October 28th and November 6th, we had 210 people make their first purchase. So we had 210 people in that 10 days. And then between October 21st and October 30th, that 9-day window there was 179 people that made their first purchase. And then if you go back even further, October 14th to the 23rd, you had 130 people make their first purchase, 130 people the week before that. So generally each week, except for the dates of the 4th through the 13th, where you only had 22 people, and this time you had 185 people make their first purchase. So we have 185 new users coming into VeVe between those dates, which I think is really good. And then what I really think is great is the average daily user. Now, November 17th, we should not count. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, Chavez, you're taking the lowest day. We had 495 people. You can't just cherry pick data, Chavez. Well, that's the day that Cloudflare and AWS, all those things kind of went down, and you couldn't really open the app. You couldn't really do much. So if you exclude that date, the lowest day we had, the day with the lowest number of people between November 11th and November 20th was 736. That was November 12th. And then we had multiple days, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 18th, 19th, actually excluding the 17th, you have the 14th through the 20th, where we had a minimum of 1,400 users. That is November 19th, we had 1,416 users, active daily users on that day. Then we had November 20th, 1,496, November 14th, 1,561. Then we had November 18th, 1,666. We have a nice 666 on there. November 16th, 1,811. And then November 15th, 1938. So we had a lot of, what day was that? 1938. what was that? Oh, the Designer Con. So Designer Con, there's a bunch of drops. There's a bunch of people getting stuff. So yeah, a very, very successful week from the 14th to the 20th. Again, we would have had much more on the 17th, but there was just no, AWS and the Cloudflare outage that made people not kind of sign up. Also, everybody say cheers. Yeah, cheers, mates. So yeah, I'm really, really liking these numbers. Also, you have, OMI DEVVE come out. What's this guy's followers on Instagram? 191,000 followers on Instagram. So again, all of these numbers are before his appearance as affiliate there, and I'm very excited to see how many people he brings in. He's all about posting his code. Be like, yeah, link down below if you want to go in and you want to. Oh my God, Oh my God, y'all women are thirsty over there, and you know what? You know what? Good for y'all. Good for y'all. Good for me. But good for y'all. Anyway, I'll say that for later. I'm very excited to see how many new people he can bring in. I'd love to have him on the channel. I'd love to go in and say like, hey, what do you like about this app? What are they good at? What do they suck at? In your opinion, what would you improve? Come on down. So we had Chris Severs on the podcast before, along with Dan from Digital Grading Comics at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was a fantastic stream. We learned a lot. We talked a lot about DACAT as well. So we have a couple of bits of news about DACAT. I'm gonna take a little bit swig of this. So we have a little news about DACAT. DACAT was, let me go over here. I say, hey everyone, here at DACAT. Oh wow, this girl is really thirsty. Hey everyone, we at DACAT Token have decided that whoever mints our secret rare cover when it comes out on VeVe Official and holds it through the snapshot will get a physical copy. I repeat, if you mint a secret rare cover of DACAT and hold it through a snapshot, we will send you a physical copy. There's going to be less than 500 physical copies. Now, it's like, well, Chavez, if there's 500 physical copies, are there going to be 500, secret rare copies? Like, that sounds like a lot of mints. No. What we're going to do is we're going to mint about 500, maybe less. We might actually do like 350, 400, but maybe max 500 physical copies. 10 of them will be signed by me, the writer, creator, and then you have the artist, the Kingsley, that will sign it as well. So it's going to be a bit of money, but you can get one of 10 physical copies signed by me at great cover by me and the artist. We haven't decided exactly how much yet, exactly when we're going to do that, but so 10 of those will go there, and then the others will be on sale for a decent amount, because again, it's going to be one of max 500, but probably even less, probably like 350, give or take, and 80 of them, 80 or 81, 80 or 81, we're going to save for this. Now, there are a couple physical copies that will be given out, and this might not seem fair, but this is the way we're doing it. In order to build hype and to build awareness for DACAT, we're going to give a couple away. And they're going to be to Sleep in Comics. They're going to be to Comics and Crypto. They're going to be to Chris Severs and Dan from DCG. The California comics. Those are 4. They're going to be Mr. Rolex, Mr. MC1. So that's 6. There's going to be about 10 that are going to be given away for free to them. And if they want the signed copy as well, we can, one to read, one to hold and get graded. That's fine. And then yeah, the other 80 though, that you guys get at the secret rare. I had one person tell me like, oh, I'm gonna mint till I get a secret rare, and he's gonna get it. So DACAT will be at New York Comic Con next year in 2026 and Designer Con 2026, and we would actually like to share a booth with VeVe. We would like to go and share a booth with them if they'll have us. We'll split costs. We'll split all of that jazz. We'll always have someone there at the booth. And if we can do that, that's great. If not, no big deal. We'll have our own booth. It is completely up to VeVe. They're very big. They're very important. And those are the people that I still want David and VeVe to buy 10% of DACAT because we're going to sell out. Speaking of selling out, shout out to Metaverse Life, Roth Rind, that has sold out his drop on VeVe, generating $20-something thousand. So good for, I don't know how much people necessarily wanted the collectible versus how much people, wanted to just support him because he's an amazing guy. He's an amazing person. He's such a great creator. He's so lovable. He's so cool. He's so chill. It's like he's like the Russell Brand of VeVe. He's like anyone ever see Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Where Sarah Marshall, like this guy goes on vacation to forget about Sarah Marshall, but she's there with her new boyfriend, and her boyfriend is Russell Brand, and the guy is like, I want to hate you so bad, but you're like so cool. like Rothright is so freaking cool. He's such a good dude. I talked to him today actually. If you got the secret rare, I tried. I bought his drop before it sold out, and I got a rare, which is fine. Like I will keep that forever. It is with me. But his if you got a secret rare, you get the physical. You get a snapshot. I don't know if VeVe took the snapshot yet. But you get the snapshot, you'll get the physical copy of his digital collectible. And we're gonna do that with the cat. So if you mint the secret rare and you hold it through the time of the snapshot, there's gonna be either 80 secret rare or 81. It's gonna be one of the two. We're not 100% sure yet. What we are sure of is that we will sell out that 2026. And again, whoever gets that will hold out of the 500 physical copies, maybe 350, maybe less, but max 500. We'll go in and do that. And part of the reason we're only doing 500 is like, well, Chavez, that's not enough. If there's people, if there's 2026 copies of the cat, we're not all going to be able to get our physical counterpart. I understand, but you also have to understand that I am dedicating 1 million OMI to buying the to buying that. Now, it's either going to be one of two ways. I'm either going to use, like, let's say it drops on the app, which we're not sure where it's going to drop yet, because we don't know if we're going to be part of the comic curator program or if we're just going to drop on our own, like Greg Weick did from Beyond Comics, who sold out as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take I'm going to take my 1 million OMI that's earmarked for this, and if we're dropped on the app, then I take my million OMI, I convert it to gems, and whatever OMI's worth at that time, and I think by January, February of next year, whenever the comic comes out, right now it's worth $180, $190. Let's take a look at OMI. Take a look at the excuse me, my OMI's worth about a million OMI's 200, but let's say 190 fees, whatever. Let's say it's $190. If it's $10 a comic, I can get 19 comics. So either way, that's for me, not including whatever fiat I want to put into it. But that's what I'm going to get. And again, if I like, because this is my IP and I'm behind it, and I know what I can do with businesses. I've built businesses before in high risk lending, in Pokemon cards, in YouTube, in a crypto consulting business. I'm very good at what I do, and this will be a multi-million-dollar brand at some point. This is going to be this is my child. I have a whole ass tattoo of the cat. The only tattoos I get on me are stuff that means the world to me, like the Nintendo games that have stood the test of time. You have Dragon Ball Z, which is one of the greatest animes ever. I only get I have the VeVe tattoo, supernatural tattoo, really anti-demon possession, so I don't get possessed ever. I only get tattoos that mean a lot to me, and the cat, again, it's like my child. This will be a multi-million-dollar brand. It's already a $1 million cryptocurrency. We'll go over that in a minute. But these are the reasons why, and there will be bounties on it as well. So the cat has 4.7 million OMI. They have 1,000 DEVVE, and we're going to get Definity on there as well. They have the cat on there in our balance sheet as well. And I think that DEVVE, and we'll go over DEVVE real quick. Let's go over. So actually, OMI. So again, we're at 0002. We have 4.7 million OMI, I believe. So let's do 4.7 million. And let's say we get to, let's say we don't even get close to all-time high, and we just get to 0.005. That's $23,000. Now, obviously, we don't want to sell DACAT because that's our brand, but we'll sell OMI, we'll sell DEVVE. They have a partner statue. This is all on our balance sheet. I think the partner statue can go to $100,000. Realistically, it probably can. Now, it doesn't seem like that now because Bitcoin went to $79,900 this morning. It was like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. I was there. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years. I was there this morning when it happened. I synced it, and I think that was probably the bottom. I think Ethereum. Let me see where that went because I will recognize it. No, I don't need that. I will recognize it when I see it. Let's go to Ethereum. I know it went to 2,600. It might have gone to 25.9, but it definitely went to 2,600. And I know it doesn't seem like why would a partner statue go for that much? And again, I've gone over this before real quick. Last cycle, we had somebody that had a couple of Bored Ape yacht clubs, and he wanted to trade his Bored Ape or a Bored Ape for First Appearance Mickey. And when he realized that they were not interoperable, he's like, never mind. Now that we are interoperable, or we're about to be interoperable, those people will come back. And I believe digital collectibles will come back with a vengeance after Ethereum goes back up. And again, I think we bottomed. Now, I've said that before. We could have another leg down. Again, we went to 79.9 this morning for Bitcoin. And what are we now? I think now we're probably at like 84. We're 84.8. Been 85 5 different times today. And yeah, so I think, like I said, the bottom's in. I think digital collectibles will have, so yeah, you'll have, and again, a partner statue is on the DACAT balance sheet. So even if it doesn't go, even if it goes to just 20 grand, if it does like an 18x from here, okay, like again, we're going to be able to use this to go to these events next year and to buy back the token and to do things with the comic. Like, so we're going to have plushies. We're going to have plushies of DACAT, and we're going to make sure it sells out. We're going to make sure the comic sells out. And all of the DACAT comics that I have, they are never seeing the light of day. The only time that I would transfer or sell is if it's to a friend that wants a certain mint number. If I put it to, like, because we don't have KYB yet. We have KYC for Know Your Customer. We don't have Know Your Business. But obviously, DACAT Chronicles is its own entity, and maybe I want to have certain things under that entity. And if that happens, then we'll see it. Anyway, I've been talking for 23 minutes. I've barely gone over any crypto, any news. Let's go over some of the comments. We have Smart Buy, my man, saying, what? Omar loves Omi, saying, good evening. Good evening. Oh, this is me. I was a little late. I had a bathroom emergency. It was threat level 2. Planet Vampire saying, too legit to shit. Planet Vampire, I love you so much. You make me laugh so much. Kuma's like, what up, Pat? The amount of times Planet Vampire has said something and I've taken a picture of it and put it on Snapchat, it's like a dozen times, which over the course of 5 years, not that much, but it's weird that it's happened more than once. Kuma saying, what up, fam? What up, Kuma? I hope you're doing well. I love you, buddy. I love you, man. I can't wait to hang out with you again. When's the next time? We had you weren't there at New York, but obviously Orlando and Vegas. I want to see you again. I want to see you in Val again. We've had great times. I don't have enough homie. I have 3. You know what? You know what I've wanted to do, and I'll probably do now because I'm drunk. I'm gonna go to My Collectibles, he posted the other day, oh, I have 1.1 million OMI on Stacker World. All right, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do this. And it'll be like, okay, give him a like. And I'll be like, I have a cool 173 million. No big deal. Not no, on at Stacker World. No, no big deal. Not a lot. Um, incentivize me to put 300 million on there, and I will. Put that on your plate. How do you like them apples? We love MC. We love my collectibles though. He's a cool dude. But yeah, give me 1 second here. Oh no, not Telegram, not Telegram. I don't want to do that. Oh God, oh God. Hold on. First off, we're on YouTube, so we're gonna have to go to we're gonna go to the. If everyone wants to go and smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways of Patreon special super. And then look at that, victorious cast, freak the freak out. That's such a good, such a good, such a good song. Oh, you listening? Hear me talking. Open up the door. Is it? Look at the little puppy. Oh, look, he's wagging his tail. Oh, you there? Something I should easy come. Nodding your head, I hear a word I said. Can't communicate, won't relate, walk away. Try to talk to you, but you never even knew. What's it gonna be? Tell me, can you hear me? I'm so sick of it, your attention deficit. Never listen, never listen. Gold Elgin saying, let's go. My collectibles are way up. The vaults are up. The wait is worth it. Shout out to Cavell Anderson. Hasn't done it, but yeah, I'd get him on the podcast. Let's see what a partner statue is worth nowadays. If my internet will work, which it is not right now. She's bittersweet. She knocks me off my feet. Oh my God. Dude, girls are so cool. Anyway, we're gonna. Hello, baby. Hello, you're the cute little puppy. Yes, you are. So we've got. What do we got here? We've got the VeVe floor price at $1,200 and the Stacker floor price at $1,169. That is, everyone comment nice down below for the 69. That is for the partner statue. And now we have Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane is $529 on VeVe, and it was $350 on Stacker yesterday. You know what it is now? $500 hairs. There was a chance for your arbitrage. The arbitrage is gone. The arbitrage is $24 hairs now. I repeat, the arbitrage is $24 hairs, not even close. Now, I think Spider-Man Secret Rare is still has a couple $1,000s in arbitrage. It does $6,200 on VeVe and $3,700 on Stacker. That was $3,200 the other day. So that floor is slightly rising. There's only 1,000 of those secret rares. It's the ultimate animated. It's really cool. I used to have one of those. I could have one right now, but 18.7 million OMI is a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I can, but I don't want to. I believe OMI will outperform. You've got right now, it's actually higher on Stacker, the VeVe gold and silver logo, $5,200 over on VeVe, $5,300 over on Stacker, actually 59. So it's actually only like a $62 difference. But let's take a look at Superman. Superman, I think, is a different breed. I think there's more of an arbitrage. Actually, 175 on VeVe and 147 on Stacker. Now, what I really don't understand, did I take a, yeah, we took a look at the gold and silver VeVe logo, but a couple of things. Again, the grails have risen. Yesterday, you had the option of buying. Nope. Yesterday, you had the option of buying a Todd on VeVe for $500, $529, and on Stacker for $349. Like, why would you pay an extra $150 to buy it in gems when you could just buy it on Stacker? And now again, that imbalance has risen, and now you can get it, for 505. And I'm sure if you contacted the person, Big Oz, be like, instead of 2.55 million, bring it down to 2.4, and I'm sure he'd do it. But honestly, once that happens, once you buy it for $505, it jumps to $595. It jumps to $3K. and you know, or it jumps to not 3K. Oh God, hang on one sec. It jumps to, oh shoot, yeah, 3 million OMI. So it jumps from 2.55 to 3 million, and again, right now, that, what the heck is that? It jumps to 0002. Anyway, Joe D Powers is, if you ain't first, you're last. So I'm last. Well, you know what, Joe D Powers. First off, that is a fantastic PFP. We're having a good time here. A lot of us are here early, and a lot of us are my collectibles, liking my stuff. We love it. Mark Quinn, that post is gone. I again, my collectible says, "Hey, VeVe fam, just for fun to share, I have 1.1 million OMI on Stacker World, which gets me 180 MCP." I was like, I had a cool 173 million on Stacker World. Such a flex. Mark Quinn says, "Randy, you're an absolute legend." You know what? Let me go back to that. Then I'll say thanks, Bay. Oh God, I'm so freaking drunk. I'm so drunk. This is not my fault. I did not mean to drink this much. I had a friend. I had a friend that made me a couple of drinks. This is the third. This is very strong, by the way. Shout out to the Spider-Man Secret Rare Gang. Shout out. You ate my heart. You ate, bro. I was in a movie the other day. I wasn't in one. Although you can be in one if you go to stardogs.com/ what the fudge is the name of that? All right, hold on. New channel. All right. Stardogs.com/ private sale. And if you go there, and anyone who gets in on the private sale, oh shit. Oh my God. I don't know why this site. Anyone who gets in on the private sale gets the following added utilities listed below. These are for private sale holders only. So you have to go to stardogs, DAWGS.com/ private sale. You get 2 VIP passes to all Star Dogs red carpet parties. You'll get to network with entertainment executives, celebrities, directors, producers, and so many more. There'll be press, paparazzi, and media there for the event and red carpet. Let me ask my friend Jin here. Like, meow, you on live or free for a call? Because I'm a little drunk and I want to do something crazy. I want to mint, and I want to get VIP passes to all Star Dogs event. When Pokemon, listen, I don't have my water here. I'm a little tipsy. I have to text my friend. Give me a sec. Give me one sec. Oh God, it's been a while since I have a. Okay, I'm gonna have to search on the telephono. Oh God, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. Okay. Meow. I'm lit. And those were strong drinks. Okay. Okay. I have to. Wild dude, probably not the best. Oh. Should I take down? Question mark. Oh, that's a good point. Always want this list. One of the popularity is key. Dark Knight Return, King of All Times, favorite movie of all time. Favorite movie of all time. I don't know. I'm worried, fam. Anyway, when Pokemon, bro. I mean, we know there's been conversations between VeVe and Pokemon for a while, but I don't know if they've gotten. If there's been any. There's a scene in Wonder Woman 2017, and I saw this with two friends, my friend Escobar and Harnish, we serve together, and I love these two. I love these two like family. I love them so much, and they have families right now. And we saw Wonder Woman together with a buddy of mine, and in there's a scene in there where Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, is talking to Trevor, who's just God. I am so glad they did this version. And shout out to whoever played Trevor because he did wonderfully. Um, he goes to her and he's like, as a matter of fact, he's like, listen, this is no man's land. These people have been here for 18 months and they haven't moved an inch. You're not gonna be able to do anything. Okay, Diana? And she just, as a matter of factly, goes up and just says like, I don't know what she says. It's like, you haven't seen what I can do yet. And she goes, and it's like, you look at it from an outside point of view, and you're just like, bro, you've been talking to Pokemon and Nintendo for 3 years. Like, you're not gonna get it. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You've been talking to them for 3 years, 4 years. You're not gonna get it, bro. Just focus on other stuff. But I feel like David Yu is like Diana Prince, is like Wonder Woman, and is just like maybe like Elon Musk in like 2020, where you had an interviewer ask him, is like, hey, there's people, there's astronauts, there's American heroes that have told you to stop doing what you're doing with SpaceX. How does that make you feel? And Elon says, like, I wish they would come down to SpaceX. I wish they would see what we're working on. I think they'd be happy and proud of what we're doing here. And he says, when the interviewer asks him, like, doesn't that make you want to quit? And he says, never. I will never give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. And that's how I feel about DACAT and VeVe and OMI, and I'm sure that's how David feels about it. Part of how I was talking to a lady friend the other day, in between the boom boom. She was talking about investing and about, like how do you know what's good? I was like, well, you could never know 100%, but you can take great care and great measure into verifying that your odds are exceedingly good. It's like counting cards at poker. If you see a bunch of 2s to 6s come out, and you're halfway through a deck, you're halfway through a shoe, So normal shoes, especially in Vegas, they have like 6, 8 shoes, whatever. Let's say 6 to 8, let's say 7 decks, in a shoe. And it's like, okay, you've got, a plus 12 count, which means that there are 12 more 10s to aces than there are from 2s to 6s. 7s to 8s are negative, or not negative, they're neutral. You will, the odds of getting a blackjack or the odds of getting a winning hand are very positive. And you don't know, because you could have 85, you'd have 95% odds of getting something, and you can get screwed because, again, it's odds. There's an episode of Kyle XY where they're doing this guy Josh is trying to open, he's like, yeah, one in 50, caps. Remember, like Sprite and Mountain Dew, these that you get in the caps, you'd win like a T-shirt or a free soda or like a cash prize. They did that on Kyle XY. It's like, yeah, 1 in 50 are, or no, 1 in 20 come with cash prizes. He's like, Josh, just because there's 1 in 20 doesn't mean that 1 in 20 sodas that you open are winners. If there's a million sodas out there, 950,000 of them are losers. Like, oh, so again, you could have you could have really good odds, and you could still get screwed because that's just how that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? That's the way the math works out sometimes. And but again, you've seen that meme where there's like a person on top and a person on bottom, and the person on top is like digging. They're digging. They're mining for these diamonds, and they're like 2 feet away, and they're just like, you know what? I've been mining for 5 years, and I'm not going to. I'm done. All the effort, all the energy, all the time that I've wasted on this has been for naught, and I haven't seen anything. They're 2 feet away, and the person on bottom is just like, I will I will do this until I'm dead or completely incapacitated. I will do this until I can't anymore. It reminds me of my friend Dan. He's been on the podcast. I know Hardwick, about when he was in, I think, insurance. It was like health insurance, before Obamacare came out, and then Obamacare came out, and suddenly each state, like, he was calling about insurance. He's like, "Yeah, all you got to do is go in and read me the last X amount of digits on your checkbook. We'll get it right now. You'll get insurance." And then Obamacare came out, and a decent amount of people got healthcare, kind of, and it was okay. But a lot of people didn't because the website was down, and it was really hard to actually get it. But a couple of states is like, hey, listen, we can't offer healthcare in these states anymore. Still offer them in these states, and then slowly but surely states would fall off and fall off. He's like, bro, we still have all of California. We can do this. And he's like, bro, it's done. My friend Dan would not give up. He was my mentor in high risk lending. He taught me a good amount about investing, possibly most of what he knew. And again, I know David. I know him. People see him sometimes at cons, sometimes in these snippets of videos, and they complain that we don't see enough of him. And they're probably right. We don't. I would like to see more of him. There's an episode of Gilmore Girls where Kirk sits at like the stool next to the register. He's like, yeah, you get plenty of FaceTime with the boss. It's really fun to, see, talk with the owner of the business. And yeah, someone asked me once, well, recently, if I had a wish, one wish, what would I grant myself? And it's like that Faith Hill song. I could grant you one wish. I wish it could be the way you kiss. Um, I had two thoughts, two wishes. Well, outside of the normal, like world peace, like best for humanity, whatever. But if I had two selfish wishes, one of them would be the lack of need for sleep. Even though I love dreaming, and I love the wild psychedelic things that you dream about, they're amazing. I think that dreaming is a window to another realm, and I get to see friends that I don't normally get to see, and I also see friends that have passed away in this reality. So I do love it, but that's an extra 7 hours a day that I could probably be doing other stuff and being productive and helping this reality. And but I know David, and if there was a wish that I could do to benefit the community, it would be to negate the necessity of sleep, so that and he probably works 16 to 18-hour days. And I would make it so that humans in general would negate the need for sleep, so that David could enjoy a little bit of free time and also instead work 16, 18-hour days. Maybe add an extra hour onto that and just do fireside chats. Just go live for 20 minutes every day and be like, hey, this is what I did today. This is what I'm doing. because I feel there's a line in Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix, or maybe it's not Order of the Phoenix. I forget which line it is. But you have Sirius Black, played by Gary Oldman, telling Harry Potter, played by Daniel Radcliffe, he's like, "It's a shame I got to spend so much time with James and so little time with you." And he's talking about how much time he got to spend with his best friend and so little time he got to spend with his son because he was in Azkaban. And I have that too with a couple of friends of mine and their kids. Like, it's a shame I got to spend so much time with your parents and so little time with you. Um, I feel almost guilty that I've been able to spend more time with David, and not everybody gets that, and I do feel a little selfish, because he's an awesome person, and I wish everyone, if everybody had a David you in their life, there would probably be world peace. There there would it's hard to be in a bad mood around him. He's really cool. So I think that from my time in high risk lending and my time, like, there's a scene in Angels in the Outfield where Mel Clark, played by I think Tony Danza, goes in and says, I won't play for anyone but George Knox." And I'll say that I'm in business with a lot of people. They're all super solid. And I am very curious about candy. I have collectibles, I think, on Disney Pinnacle. I have collectibles on other platforms. My first collectibles, like my first NFTs, are on Wax, but I won't actively put a bunch of my money into anything really but VeVe. If something better comes along, yeah, sure. And again, like, I OMI is not my biggest bag. Definity is my biggest bag. Devi is a big bag. Like OMI is a smaller bag than Definity and Decat. Not Devi, and it was my smallest bag. It was smaller than Devi recently, but then it went from 0001 to 0002, so now it's slightly bigger than Devi. Um, Although I'm gonna probably make a bit more from Devi because I have 100 something people signed up for the exchange. Link down below. Um, I would bet, if I were a gambling man, which I am from time to time, comment down below if you get that reference. If you get that reference, I'll give you 100,000 OMI. Again, the line is, if I were a gambling man, which I am from time to time, if you get that reference, I'll give you 100,000 OMI. Where's that from? But if I were a gambling man, which I am from time to time, I would bet on David. I would bet on David U. That was a whole thing that nobody needed to know, but that's my answer to one Pokemon. Well, the other says the Omi burn continues. Apache, yeah, 100%, 100,000%. It was not Die Hard. It is like the complete opposite of Die Hard. It was not Die Hard. It 100% was not Die Hard. What's up, Gold Elgin? You got to pester the modern investor again. I asked him. He said yes. And he, you know what? You're right. It doesn't hurt to bug. Oh shit. Well, amount anyways. Um, Collect. Verify users. Jesus, that's a lot. Where is the modern investor? Okay, that's not it. Did he delete his X account? Okay, no, there it is. Let's say, yeah, to come. Hey friend, check DM. Say holla at your boy. It is. It is not Schindler's List. Modern Resident should be happy. He should. He should be very happy. Paul Baron will flip into being a bull too. Maybe he might. I don't know about that. Gary V getting on board would be game over with self custody. Wouldn't be shocked if he probably is secretly buying now. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. What up? What up? John X saying DeCat, let's go. All in on DeCat. I definitely have a lot of friends laughing at me because my friend got me drunk. They're not obligated to disclose information about the band members. Meow meow meow. Crazy. Have I told you lately? Meow 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 meow. Not afraid to die. Bro, Victorious was so good. Shit. I need to go to Gin Token here. One real quick. I gotta go to history yesterday. Oh my trouble. Oh god. Okay. It's not. Meow 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 meow. He Collector would be great. It would be great. Iron Man 616 reposting the stream. Did Yayo reposting the stream? Iron Man says, "Good evening, legend." Thanks, brother. This is hopefully next in real life event. We can hope, or sooner. Hey, Choppy Cat. I'm sad I can't buy gems on mobile or web app. Why not? Put in a ticket, no luck, and I'm forced to wait a few days, hoping things get sorted out. I'm trying to shop. Damn it, take my money, not my OMI. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, let me know why. Keep me posted on that. Shoot me a DM. Zombie saying, yo, BG. Meow, meow, meow. What up, zombie? Says Bill Garner. I am Groot. Says a lot of people saying the start of the bear market is here. How's Stranger started from VeVe and OMI? If the start of the bear market is here, we're hecked. We got to wait a long time. But I don't believe the start of the bear market is here. I believe that there's a bunch of other reasons that tell us why it's not here yet. And we can go over them. It's going to be from, I forget who the person that said it, and I won't be able to credit them. Oh, it's the Kobayashi letter. Current situation that we have right now. The U.S. is preparing for $2,000 stimulus checks. Japan is preparing for a $110 billion stimulus package. China has approved a $1.4 trillion stimulus package. The Fed is officially ending quantitative tightening on December 1st, less than 2 weeks away. The U.S. is issuing a $1.9 trillion in treasuries per year. Canada is restarting its quantitative easing program. Global M2 money supply is at a record of $137 trillion, and global rate cuts are at 320 plus over the last 24 months. I don't know about you guys, but while a bunch of people are studying the, Yagi Way, and they're talking about the bear market, I've been fighting the battle of fucking Thermopylae. Like, what's his name is said in the new Red Dawn movie? And nothing's over till it's over. Like Rocky said in Rocky Balboa, and nothing is over till it's over. What's that from? The 80s? That's probably from the 70s. Like, ain't nothing over till it's over. And again, with all of that bullish news, with the stimulus package not yet passed, with the 2026 budgets not yet in effect, with Bukele buying $100 million worth of Bitcoin the other day, with you have Michael Saylor going in, I think on what's today, Friday? I think he said this the other day. BlackRock files a new staked Ethereum trust in Delaware. NVIDIA reports $57 billion in revenue, which is higher than expectations. You have Saudi Arabia putting $1 trillion into the United States of America. You have OMI with a tier 1 USA exchange, self-custody, OMI to NFT, OMI to gems, store burns, secondary burns, VeVeverse, master collector program, tier 1 IP, in real life events, marketing, giving us everything we ever wanted. Definity tokens saying that the real unlock isn't hype, and that even though they have less than a $3 million market cap, they're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in gross revenue each month. It's not over. BlackRock and Grayscale Mini have bought $116 million worth of Bitcoin. OMI burning millions of OMI a day. Random whales buying $120 million worth of Bitcoin. BlackRock added $62 million to Bitcoin in its ETF recently. Trump going in and saying, like, yeah, you know what? We're going to release the Epstein files. $500 million USDC was minted on November 20th at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Billionaire Ray Dalio says that 1% of his entire portfolio is in Bitcoin. Congressman Davidson proposing a bill for paying federal taxes in Bitcoin for a Bitcoin reserve. You have $1.3 trillion. Morgan Stanley no longer expecting rate cuts in interest rates in December, yet Polymarket has it at a 70% rate that we will get it in December. You have people that are powers that be saying that it's not going to happen, but the people in the world are saying that it will happen, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. You have other people like Topps, Collectibles Guru, talking about digital collectibles. You have Kraken delisting Lunk, USTC, and Luna 2 because the company's preparing to register on the stock exchange for and launch an IPO, and they don't want to have those things, so they have legal repercussions on them. Yet they are listing OMI, and this was reported by Reuters. This is something that I think is exceedingly bullish. You have people that are going on and celebrating the recent OMI progress by buying grails over on VeVe. You have $1 billion USDT minted and transferred to Bitfinex at 11:54 a.m. yesterday. You have comic books. You have Superman #1 selling for over $9 million. You have notional open interest in Bitcoin perps back at yearly highs. You have a bunch of people that are saying, hey, here's OMI utility. Let me spend $720 on a Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn. You have people like Dr. Oscar A. Rodriguez giving $5,000 away if DEVVE is going to hit a certain price point. I do not believe that this is the start of a bear market. MicroStrategy trying to calm the waters, saying at current Bitcoin levels, we have 71 years. I repeat, 71 years. That is over 850 months of dividend coverage, assuming the price stays flat and any Bitcoin appreciation beyond a 1.41% year fully offsets our annual dividend obligations. These are not the stepping stones of a bear market. I think these are the stepping stones of a bull market that is not yet realized. No, it's not Die Hard. No, it's not Schindler's List. No, it's not Gambling Man. When no KYC needed, I don't know. We'll see. We can try right now. Do you think the markets right now are manipulated? 100%. We'll pump soon again. Maybe. Like 2021 all over again. My vaults are pumping. It is. Vaults are pumping every day. So as we've been almost an hour, let's take a look at some Definiti. Let's take a look at DEVVE. DEVVE, which is on the DACAT balance sheet, at 34 cents. I'll take that. Definiti is at 1.5 cents, up 6% on the day. And let's take a look at the OMI at 0001997 at a low of 00018. 1997 now. That's fine. All right, let's get to some of the news, shall we? Let's get to some of the news because it's been a little bit here. So let's get give me one sec. Networks, new rock stars. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get to the new rock stars here. 7 8 months away, collect, that's the future. All right. Let's go to what we had last night and into today. Shit. Join the entire VeVe official team in welcoming our newest partner, new rock stars of the VeVe community. Subscribe to their channel and check out the brand new sponsored video featuring VeVe digital collectibles. Spider-Man Mayday, Toby and Doomsday, Sadie and Secret Wars, and how it all connects. With over 4.3 million subscribers, hosts Eric Voss and Jessica Clemens break down movies and shows from Marvel, Star Wars, DC, Godzilla, Game of Thrones, The Boys, Invincible, Stranger Things, Dune, and other belovedly nerdy fandoms. Why I like this is because they mentioned The Boys and they mentioned Game of Thrones, things I think that might be on VeVe at some point. As of yesterday, well, as of August, $10 is put into Akomi, Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, Decat, Doji on Mars, Pepe, SPX 6900, and Mogcoin. There we go. Akomi's been the best performer. It's actually up since August. Bitcoin is down 25%. Shiba Inu is down 34%. Decat is down 42%. Doji on Mars is down, and everything else is down over 50%. That is hysterical. Here's me. On this day, 11 years ago, Super Smash Brothers was released on the Wii U, and I took an awesome photo. And so did my friend Nicole. She's been on the podcast. We've got notional interest in Bitcoin perps back at yearly highs. We've got Kalshi securing $1 billion in latest funding at 11 billion valuation. Holy crap, I'm wasted. Back in 2010, this was me 15 years ago. Give me one sec. I was a lot thinner 15 years ago. I was 19. I was a teenager 15 years ago. 1 year ago, I was in Colombia and I saw this art. I thought it looked like Queen Ramonda from Black Panther in Wakanda. Not exactly her, but it's close. An OG Bitcoin whale sold his entire Bitcoin holdings worth $1.3 billion, which he's been holding since 2011. Hopefully we can bounce now. A lady friend of mine had posted before saying some people talk to you in their free time and some people free their time to talk to you. Make sure you know the difference. Shout out to you. Let's call her Ace. November 20th, 2025, we had 2.7 million OMI burned in 223 transactions, leading us $144 million, or 144 million in total stacker burns. You have Kryptoni saying I'm sucker for utility, and that's why he wanted to get the secret rare drop from the collectors at Heart Platinum pressing from Metaverse Life. Digital Monkey with Secret Rare Ultimate Animated taking off. It only felt right to secure the Ultra Rare Animated too. It's the first Ultra Rare Animated in the collection. Shout out to him. I got one of the collectors at Heart. I did not get a Secret Rare. I got a Rare. Bitcoin was down to 79.9, which was bananas. Mr. Squeebs picked up AF15 Secret Rare number 44. Someone should probably take my phone away at this point, but honestly, how do you sit still when VeVe announces a collector-focused blockchain, self-custody on the horizon, royalties baked in, and OMI hitting Kraken? This is like the crypto version of a triple espresso. Congrats to the VeVe team and Dr. Profit. I'm naming my firstborn after you. You know what? If I have a kid, ever, and I have control of the name, it's going to be named something VeVe Profit David. Something along those lines. Going to re-screenshot that and say same. Now, there's almost $1 billion in long positions that were liquidated in the last 60 minutes as of this morning at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was wild. JP Morgan analysts say that Strategy could see about 2.8 billion in outflows if the MSCI removes it from the equity indices, and another 8.8 billion if the other index providers follow. The analysts warned that losing index inclusion would pressure Strategy's valuation, reduce liquidity, and make raising new capital more difficult. But as Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park says, life finds a way. You have Michael Saylor that will undoubtedly find a way, in my opinion. Just talking about that. Nostra, House of Gold, says it currently costs $112,000 to mine a Bitcoin. That was, as of this morning, only worth $79.9 thousand, about $85,000 right now. Also, I don't know if people are talking about this, but the new affiliate we have, probably expensive. It's difficult to get approval on sponsors when they need to be approved by Disney and Marvel. Very hard. It makes it really difficult to find sponsors. Now, I'm sure they have a list of pre-approved personalities. Now, the guy that they have is an A-lister. Disney and Marvel already hook him up with shows and movies in advance. Let's see how many other people follow in his footsteps. Now, there was $2 billion in long positions that were liquidated in the last 24 hours between 8 a.m. yesterday and 8 a.m. today at a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is insane level of wealth destruction, in my opinion. Now, the Fed rate cut odds in December jumps to 70%. Speaking of rate, let's take a look at things that will happen before GTA 6 is released. Now, new Playboy Cardi album, 73% chance of it happening. GPT 6, 70%. A Russia-Ukraine ceasefire. Now, Polymarket is known as being more accurate than anything else in the entire world. They have a Russia-Ukraine ceasefire at 67% on Polymarket. Before GTA 6 is supposed to happen November next year. There's a 59% of a new Rihanna album. There is a 52% chance that China invades Taiwan before the release of GTA 6 in November of next year. You have a 51% chance of Trump being out as president. Whether he dies or whether he's removed, I don't like those odds. You have a 49% chance of Jesus Christ return. Like 6 months ago, there was like a 10% chance of Jesus Christ returning before GTA 6, which sounded wild. And you had like 500,000 in bets. Now there's $6.7 million in bets. And it's basically a coin flip that Jesus Christ returns before GTA 6. What is this nonsense? I want to put like $10,000 that he doesn't return before GTA 6. But I know that by November next year, we'll probably have to wait till March 2027. And to be honest, he could return. I don't know. And you have Bitcoin hitting $1 million before GTA 6. That's a 49% chance as well. That's insane. Securities, equities. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can go over these. Okay, this is DEVVE. We're going to do a DEVVE own video. Jim Cramer says, I don't think everything is fine with Bitcoin. In my opinion, that means the biggest bottom signal is here. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says the whole world would have fallen apart if they missed earnings in Q3. That's fair. Ash Crypto Real, who's known for losing his mind, says Bitcoin is down $26,000 over the last 10 days, which is a 24% drop. But Bitcoin dominance also fell 4%, meaning others in Bitcoin pair has fully recovered from the October 10 crash. There's a huge divergence between Bitcoin and altcoin market right now, and the majority of alts holding strong despite the Bitcoin dump. This could be a major handoff, distribution and accumulation among big players. I think alts will pump hard once Bitcoin bounces back up. This is from Ash Crypto Real. He's saying that Bitcoin is down $46,000 in the last 46 days, making Bitcoin go from 126K to 80K. Again, it was at 79.9. At this rate, Bitcoin will go to zero in 80 days. Again, because Bitcoin was down $46,000 in 46 days, Bitcoin will achieve an average of zero in 86 days. In 80 days, within 3 months, if this trend continues, Bitcoin will be worth absolutely nothing within 3 months. Just wanted to keep you posted on that. Is a wild statistic. Michael Saylor says that the response to the MSCI index matter strategy is not a fund, it's not a trust, and not a holding company. We're a publicly traded operating company with $500 million software business and a unique treasury strategy that uses Bitcoin as productive capital. This year alone, we've completed 5 public offerings of digital credit securities, STRK, STRF, STRD, STRC, and STRE, representing over $7.7 billion in notional value, FINE. We also launched Stretch, STRC, a revolutionary Bitcoin-backed treasury credit instrument that provides variable monthly USD yield to institutional and retail investors. Funds and trusts passively hold assets, and holding companies sit on investments. We create, structure, issue, and operate Funds passively hold assets, holding companies sit on investments, and we create structure and issues operate. Our team is building a new kind of enterprise, a Bitcoin-backed structured finance company with the ability to innovate in both capital markets and software. No passive vehicle or holding company could do what we're doing. Index classification doesn't define us. Our strategy is long-term. Our conviction in Bitcoin is unwavering, and our mission remains unchanged to build the world's first digital monetary institution on a foundation of sound money and financial innovation. It had over 1 million impressions as of 9:23 a.m. this morning. You also have the Trump administration considering selling NVIDIA H200 chips to China. Now, there's also rumors are flying that the Bush clan is quietly plotting to snatch the Republican Party back from Trump and MAGA once his second term wraps up. Reports claim they're ending the Bush exile, with old guard insiders whispering about a shadow GOP wanting to pounce and ditch Trumpism for the good old days of endless wars and globalism. Now, Don Jr. caught wind and shut it down hard, quoting the report and firing back, quote, "This will never happen," end quote. Straight fire from the base that's done with the establishment forever. And here's the rift in a nutshell. Trump's GOP is now full on America first, tariffs, no forever wars, and drain the swamp vibes. Let's see if Bush versus Trump can win. Now, the Bush wing, rhinos, neocons, country club Republicans got obliterated in the primaries for a decade because voters blamed them for Iraq and Afghanistan disasters, open borders, and selling out corporations to China. I was on a podcast before with Chris Evers and Dan from DCG Comics, and they said, yeah, and they were talking about, I think Chris's granddad was in World War II, whatever war, and he was just like, yeah, my granddad was in all these wars, and he got, coins from every country that he collected, and I was like, oh, I guess military members do that. Because here's my 25 cent Operation Iraqi Freedom coin that I've carried with me for 9 years, for the better part of a decade. Soldiers tend to do that. Military members tend to do something like that. So again, the Bush wing, rhino, neocons, country club Republicans got obliterated in primaries for a decade because voters blame them for the Iraq, Afghanistan disasters, open borders, and selling out corporations to China. They hate Trump's style, back Dems against him, and now they think they can waltz back in 2029. But MAGA sees this as war, and Trump's movement owns the party, donors, voters, everything. Any Bush comeback bid gets primaried into oblivion. Jeb couldn't even win a primary in 2016. Remember the low energy? This plot, as of today, seems to be pure copium from a dying faction, and the sources from Breitbart and the Daily Mail, as per Donald Trump Jr. Oh my God. Guys, if you're single, get a YouTube channel, I swear to God. Lil Ren says, was good. What's up, Randy? VeVe's getting excited again. It is. How early are we? How good are you? If you can remember that quote, how good are you? Comment down below and you'll win 100,000 OMI. What is a VeVe? VeVe is the top digital collectibles platform in the world, having licenses from Marvel, Disney, Lamborghini, DC, Star Wars, United States Postal Frickin' Service, Cartoon Network, Ghostbusters, not Land Before Time, Back to the Future, and 200 plus other brands. And they have the OMI token that powers the VeVe app. It powers the VeVeverse, that is their metaverse that they have, and it powers Stacker World. So yeah, a lot of great things happening here. You have Clever Jerk that has superset number 88, matching mint digital set for C3PO and R2D2 for both the golden moments and the moments beyond that. Saying shout out to Real Randy Chavez for coming up with the superset term. I love Clever Jerk so much. And Cardinal Ghost Slayer says, here for the show, got into VeVe because I'm a physical comic collector, and it was the comics on VeVe that got me into the platform. Yesterday, I got my first partner statue from Stacker and Superman from the app. This is probably going to be it for me. Oh, Akomi says the OMI to gem feature is live and the numbers are rolling in. Since launch, we've seen hundreds of transactions of over 60 million OMI spent and 4.2 million tokens burned from circulation. What's everyone picking up on VeVe with their gems? Let us know in the comments below. I think a lot of high-ticket items will be sold on Stacker now. OMI, as the only way to exit, but you can go back and forth to get gems easily, is forcing serious people to list on Stacker. And this is really interesting. It will be fun to watch what happens over the next 30 days. I think that the price difference is so massive that if you sold something for 1,000 gems, you can buy something else for 1K, but you'd have to sell it at a hefty discount on Stacker. I think gems are only good for store purchases now, in my opinion. Why buy gems to buy something in secondary when it's like 25% cheaper on Stacker? Again, just my opinion. Also, Rising Star, like model / singer Sasha Gomez just got her first VeVe official digital collectible. Welcome her to the VeVe fam. We love her so much. Thank you. Now, I think there may be a time when you can utilize something other than OMI to make primary store purchases directly via the Collect integration, as collectibles will be self-custodied and you can connect your wallet. But as of right now, this is just a pipe dream. What's not a pipe dream is that the TMNT Born Below silver diorama, the number 1984, which had a $3,000 bounty on it from Comics and Crypto, has been claimed. So shout out to them. The Color of Money. There's an episode of Bird Notice where Michael Weston says, like, the only color I care about is green. He's talking to a couple of white nationalists. Only color he cares about is green. Same. As long as their money spends, I don't care who you are. You want to buy something on VeVe? You could be black, brown, white, yellow, purple. I don't give a fudge. You want to spend money on VeVe? You could be a freaking alien. You could be an intergalactic. I don't give a fudge. You want to spend money on VeVe? Welcome in, brother. Like that one line from Rick and Morty, like, well, we can torture our enemies, but we can't jerk them off. Like, whatever they want to do. Uh, there's a line from Rocky 2 where Apollo Creed says, like, yeah, I want him embarrassed. I want him in the public square. I want him not being able to go out in public unless people are out there dogging him and hounding him to have a rematch with me. And then his trainer says, like, you do realize that if you do this, you're setting yourself up as the bad guy. And Apollo says, look, man, whatever gets them in the ring, whatever gets them spending on VeVe. Arturus, hour 20 late, says, but better late than never. Secret Rare Penny Black is a grail. Only 150 in circulation. First time ever in real life. 100%. All right, guys, that's probably going to be it from me, unless we have anything else. Thank you. No problem, no problem. Space Penguin Girl is replying straight fire. Love Space Penguin. So obviously you have the cat, you have Space Penguins, you have Solana Wolfpack Girls on Solana, saying Penny Blue to the Moon. All of the comics that are going to be under DeCat going to be interoperable. We'll have bounties, we'll have utility. It's going to be great. Black Penny is epic. Again, there's going to be 80 to 81 secret rares going to be available for DeCat, but really it's going to be like only 50 because I have 1 million OMI that's going to be dedicated to buying it for me. Actually, you know what? 1 million OMI. Let's go on this. I have earmarked 1 million OMI dedicated to buying at the cat comic on VeVe for the DeCat balance sheet and another 1 million OMI dedicated to my own personal collection for the DeCat comic. For the DeCat comic. All of those minted comics will never see the light of day. Hashtag epicness. Repost. Very good. Okay. Now what do we have? Penguin says, so when big announcement Devi and VeVe. So Devi's announcement, listen, I have something that I should probably talk about here from today. Tom said that I don't see anything to prevent the launch as well. Ray seems to have everything well in hand, meaning that we should get the big announcement within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, within the next 6 weeks. Within the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Within the next 5 weeks and 5 days, we should get that announcement. So within the next 6 weeks, we should have that announcement. And be advised, I got more Devi today. I have 102,000. I added 2,000 Devi to my my own personal balance sheet. Because Devi is it was at like, now I didn't get it at 31 cents and I would have loved to have it, but I got it at 33 cents. It's 34 cents now. So I got an extra 2,000 Devi, and you know what? If Definity stays down here for the next 6 weeks and Devi goes like $4 and I 10x my stuff, I'm gonna put a bunch of Definity on the cat's balance sheet. I'm surprised I haven't yet, but it's going to happen. Mazvin says what happened. Christmas cray cray. We're not okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff be happening. Great stuff. I love the stuff that's happening. More Loves Always says, hope to see the golden auctions talk about VeVe and go after one of ones and special mints. Agreed. The cat will sell out. I'm buying multiple. Listen, the cat's gonna probably sell out. The cat's gonna probably sell out in like a day, if not more. Let me give you, no, not there. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby. I'ma have the best heckin' night of my life. Then wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. I have to actually message them something here. I'm gonna message my DeCat whales, my normal DeCat thing. That's $400 in buy pressure for the comic. So I've earmarked 2 million. Oh man, that's and that's actually only $380 right now. But if OMI, and this is a big if, but if OMI's at 001, which I don't think it will be, but let's say it is, that's $2,000 worth of OMI going into buying the comic. That's 200 editions. That's a tenth of that's 10% of the editions. So again, we're gonna have a lot. We just buy a floor with 1 million only the day of the OMI. Well, I might just mint it if they're still minting, but listen, like my own personal collection, because I've seen comics go for like $1. Like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you real quick. 1 hour, 25 minutes. I've seen characters that nobody know that, aren't mainstream yet, like Thrawn. I've seen characters that nobody knows, and you buy them, and 6 years later, they're worth, like, an insane multiple. There are 19 first appearances that are coming out of the DeCat comic. And for my like, outside of the 2 million OMI that's gonna be used to buy this stuff, personally, I'm probably gonna match that and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy these things, whether it's the commons, uncommons, rares, ultra rare, secret rares, like, in the secondary market, because it's gonna cost $10 to mint them, but it's gonna be probably $1.50, $2 to buy them in the secondary, and I'm gonna go so fucking hard on them, you guys have no idea. You guys have 0 idea how many I'm going to accumulate and how long I'm gonna hold them for, and how big, like, again, some of the new people won't know, but building businesses is my specialty. This is the type of work that I was made for. And I would have to be dead or complete, like, you'd have a gun to my head right now and be like, "Yeah, how's that feel?" And I'm like, "You know what? Fucking familiar, fucking do it." And all my shit would be burned. Like, I will die for, I will fucking tell you right now, I will die for this shit. I I've done some pretty not great things for much less, and this is a really great thing. We're gonna be able to help a lot of animals. We're gonna be able to help a lot of people, and um, you can get me going from just like, dude, I love people and people are great and I love them, and to like OG hood shit really fucking quickly, and I will never stop. I will never stop promoting the cat. I will never stop going in. Again, it's on my body. This is it for me forever, and I'll tell you this right now. I don't know if I've ever told this to anyone, like, in public or in person, but if I'm looking at an investor, or if I'm looking at something to invest in, and they have a wife and they have kids, they have family, they have things that they care about, that is a net negative for me in going to investing. Why? Because almost nothing else, unless you're a psychopath, nothing will be more important to you than family, than your wife and your kids. So a lot of times I look for companies and I look for CEOs of companies that don't have that. Because if they don't have that, that's their reason for living. I feel like Dwight Schrute was like, I don't take sick days, I don't celebrate holidays, I don't do this. Like, I don't do that. You will never see me. Again, I've had more episodes of this than podcast. Like, I've had more episodes and podcasts and videos and whatever than days that have been in the calendar year over the past 5 years. Why? Because I don't have those. I don't have those things that are dragging me down. Nothing will ever drag me down from this. Now, in 2 years, if I suddenly find myself with, like Vegeta, like, I found myself with a wife and child, and I'd grown quite fond of them, then yeah, sure. Be like, hey, Chavez, you said this, 6 years ago. What about now? Okay, fair point. Yeah, don't invest in me anymore. But as of right now, I don't have any of that. This is what I do. Like I've said before, like, I would rather be homeless and living in a car or on the street in a cardboard box than sell my crypto at these prices. And this is crypto that I don't own. Like, I don't own any of the VeVe company yet. I do own a bit of Definity company. I don't own any of the Devi company, but again, I've been through SEER. I've been tortured. You could be torturing me. You could be electrocuting me. You could be waterboarding. You could be stabbing me, cutting me, lighting me on fire. You will never fucking get my seed phrases. You will never fucking get my crypto. You'll never do it. Like, you will never do it. And the same thing with the cat. Like, I will never give up. You can brand those words into my body. I will never give up on that. So, and yeah, anything that I've said publicly, privately, like take screenshot it, make it an NFT, throw it out there. You will never make me give up on this. OMI, you killed the wrestling. Yeah, yeah. I would put myself up against any other person in Web3 in a mind game, because I've been through it. Like, there was nothing you could do to me that would make me give up. There's gold, silver logo, free admission to the Cat Netflix release party. Calling it's gonna work. Let's take a picture of that, because who knows? Truth. Mass murders, reckless 517. In your tea, does MC1 have a piece of the cat? No, he doesn't. Listen, he's putting together another company, and it's not about the cat, or else he probably would. But I am looking for investors for the cat. So if anyone knows anyone, we can do something. We can do something big together. And it'll be great. Also, I recognize I've been going on for 90 minutes here. It's a lot. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you guys. I was telling a couple friends about this before. You guys, I'll never give up on you guys. You guys help me do. Like Ash Ketchum in the Pokemon, like, Big Freeze episode, where they're all in the in like a snowstorm, where he says, "We'll all be cold together. We live together, we die together." I don't never give up. You'll never see me give up on you guys, or what we're doing here. I love you all. Class dismissed. I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh God, where's the end stream button? Okay, here it is. All right.